I hate restaurant closing times.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Matt Labodka, and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble.
Why do restaurants play this weird game of Red Rover, where as long as you break through the threshold, they're required to give you a full meal? Why are they doing this? They have hours. Restaurants have posted hours and say they close at 10 p.m. But if somebody walks in at 9:50, they're like, oh, welcome. Let me get you a table in a server's section who has hours. I'll just seat you there and you can spend the next hour and a half in our establishment that closes in 10 minutes. What's going on here? You have an hour that you close. Just that's when you close. If somebody walks in at 9:30, be like, oh, we close in 30 minutes. We can seat you and get you some food real quick, but you have to leave at the closing time. You know, if you're at a store, if you're at Target close to the closing time, they have an announcement that says the store is closing in 15 minutes. Please make your final purchases and get out because we're closed. You know, I mean, if you roll up to the mechanic 10 minutes before the mechanic closes, they don't, oh, guys, keep the garage open. We got to do a prognostic and a full tire rotation for this guest who showed up 5 minutes. No, we'll look at it tomorrow. You know, the DMV doesn't let you take a road test because you walked in 2 minutes before the bell. You don't get rewarded for making it just on time. You get kicked out. But in the restaurant industry, it's like if you get your toe over the threshold as the clock strikes 10, it's like, well, fire up the burners, boys. We got one more meal to serve. What? Like, I, for instance, have empathy for other people. And if it's closing time for them, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be taking up people's time when they're supposed to be going home to their loved ones or their free time because I didn't know it was closing time and they sat me. And then you have a disgruntled server being like, what can I get for you this late evening? This is awkward. It's awkward for everyone. The servers don't want me there. I know the kitchen is throwing knives and screaming. And I'm sitting there all aloof, holding a menu, looking and being like, oh, I wonder what this restaurant is known for, because their cooks are probably making delicious food after their closing time. Just close. But customers, like vampires, can only come in if you invite them in. And then it just becomes a dark, soul-sucking, weird energy anyway, so why did you let them in the first place? And who can enjoy that meal when we're all just awkwardly staring at the clock knowing that it's after closing? Just lock the door. I hate restaurant closing times, and that's the grumble.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
Veronique, you've made it just on time.
Oh, was I late?
Nope. You have made it just behind the threshold.
I am in perfect alignment.
Oh, perfect alignment.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd that happen?
So I'm never late. I'm always on time.
Everything always works out for you.
Everything always works out for me.
Yeah, that's that pretty privilege.
It helps.
Yeah.
It helps. Yeah. I can acknowledge it.
People allow you a certain amount of leniency because you're pretty.
Well, I think it's because of my personality.
Right, there's that too, the bubbly personality.
Yeah. I'm a caring human. I take time.
You're a Karen?
No, I said caring human.
Oh, caring human.
Yeah, not a Karoon.
Karoon?
Karoon would be a Karen human. And I am a caring human.
Caring human.
And I say hi to people. I acknowledge people and I say hi. I think that gets me...
That gets you a lot further than most people.
Yeah.
Just seeing another human as a human.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Moves things along a lot.
And
all
saying
right, fantastic.
Hi as a human.
Right.
Yeah.
As a human.
As a human.
As opposed to the rote, hello, let's get past this to the next part of our transaction.
Absolutely. It's not a transactional hello.
I think a Karen hello is, excuse me.
Oh, it's also hi.
Well, it's hi and going right into the complaint. Hi, I had this coupon.
Yeah. No. Nope. When you want to get something, a Karoon is not really the way to go. You don't want a Karoon.
That and Piglet are my two favorite characters in 100 Acre Woods. How's work?
It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, it's slow. It's very slow.
Yeah.
How's work for you?
Work's been fine. It's slowing down. I'm going into also the slow part of the year.
It's fine.
Yeah. We work hard sometimes, and then we get a little bit less hardworking.
A reprieve.
Yeah. What time do you normally get out of the restaurant?
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what this grumble is. Just from you asking me this question.
Oh yeah, what do you think? What do you think we're grumbling about?
Well, you asked me what time the restaurant closes.
No, I didn't.
Nope. What did you say?
I said, what time do you normally get out of the restaurant?
Okay. Well, what time do I normally get out of the restaurant? But I never know when I'm leaving the restaurant.
You never know when you're leaving the restaurant.
Because it doesn't matter when we close. It matters when the last guest leaves.
Oh, that's an interesting way to run a business.
Isn't it?
Wait, so you don't have a closing time?
We have a closing time.
Oh, what's the closing time?
Well, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Before COVID, last guest leaves. We had a time frame where the kitchen closes and then everything breaks down. You can't get any more food, but you could technically stay there as long as you want.
You can just stay there.
You could.
It's like a hotel. You just sort of, the checkout time is 11 a.m.
Right. But during COVID and after COVID, people got used to having to get out of the restaurant. Like, oh, it does close at a certain time.
Right. Because during COVID, New York City had a curfew.
We had a curfew.
People just had to go home. Like, things had to close. We had a curfew.
We had a curfew. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I loved the curfew.
Right. Oh, so when people actually had to leave the restaurant, you were like, oh, this actually works.
I love it.
Now we know what our hours are.
Yes.
And we understand when people are leaving.
Yes.
And then we do our side work and we go home. Yeah. So when I have an out time, I know what time I'm getting home.
Yes.
Yeah. But you said that was only during COVID.
Yes. That is exactly what I said. We kind of went semi back to the way that it was before COVID. So Monday through Thursday, it's 11. I want to say 10:30.
What's 11 or 10:30? Wait, why do you have a different opinion? What are you talking about?
Because I know the flow of the restaurant. Okay.
Yeah.
So technically, the last seating is at 11 o'clock Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
Now there's always a grace period. If you do the cutoff at 11, then you have until 11:15. If you do the cutoff at 12.
Wait, so if the last seating is at 11, you still see people till 11:10?
11:15.
What?
And you know what happens? This is what happens. People call and they say, "Oh, I had 11 o'clock reservation,
but we're running 14 minutes late."
Right? And they still get sat, and then they still get an hour and a half to 2 hours of a meal. And so if you sit down at 11, you're not leaving the restaurant until 1 in the morning.
So you don't even have a closing time. You just have a last seating time.
We have a last seating time.
So there's not like if I went to your restaurant's website, would it have posted hours? Or would it just say last seating 11:15?
Yeah, I think the last time you can make a reservation.
Oh, right. You said they have 11:15 reservation.
Yes.
So the last seating's at 11. There's a 15-minute grace period, but that grace period is public? Like you can make a reservation for 11?
Secret. Right?
What is the point of this?
It's like a courtesy.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What is the point of that?
The point is, the grace period should be 11, the last time that you want someone to enter the restaurant.
But why is there a grace period at all? Why isn't there just a closing time? Like if you walk into a laser tag place 2 minutes before a laser tag place closes, they don't like crank up the laser guns. We're going again, guys.
No, they say we're closed.
They say, yeah, we close in 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Make a reservation for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't there a closing time?
Why do people think they can ask ridiculous things at a restaurant? Why do people think that they can just ask for something that's not on the menu? And they ask for things for free constantly.
Yeah.
People don't understand that a restaurant is a business.
It's a business.
It's a business, just like any other business.
Yeah. And the menu is what they have available.
Yeah.
You know, you don't walk into Baskin Robbins and be like, do you have fat-free yogurt? No.
No.
It's an ice cream store.
No.
They don't have fat-free. You look at the flavors.
Yes.
And you pick a flavor.
Yeah. It drives me wild. So the thing that I don't want to, so this happened to me the other day where it was a 9:40. They sat at 9:40, which is, the restaurant's open for another 2.5 hours. Like, no problem, right? And then I'm talking them through everything, and they said, hold on, wait a minute. Well, what time does the kitchen close? And this is 9:30. And I stared at them. I said, midnight? And then they said, oh, so we have time. And I said, yes.
Yes, please. You have all the time in the world.
Will they keep me here until the last guest? And yes, the answer is Yes.
Yes.
They did.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Why?
I don't understand.
When does the kitchen close? Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about what kind of food you guys
What
want.
do you wanna eat?
Yeah, what do we want to eat?
What do you wanna
Why don't you
eat?
just tell me, your server, who's going to bring you food?
That's a good way of getting out of that question.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me what you want to eat?
What do you want to eat?
And I'll make sure it gets in before the kitchen closes.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's not worry about the kitchen closing.
No.
Let's worry about getting you guys some food.
Ooh, you turned the beat around. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So someone wrote a book a while ago. I think it's Be Our Guest.
Okay, yeah.
It's a hospitality book, and I've been told I should read it, and I haven't. But I know the gist of the entire book, and it's basically the customer is always right.
Yeah, that's just the worst advice
I
ever.
get it in a world where people don't abuse the rules, but what if the customer is coming in with a false credit card, ordering a bunch of food at the very end of the night, has multiple credit cards,
Yeah.
or you can actually
Threatens to leave bad Yelp reviews.
Yes.
Like, just a bad customer.
Just a bad person that's
And you're like,
scamming
oh, yes,
people.
of course. I'll go and take every order you want, and I'll modify every dish on the menu, and I'll bring you things that we don't have available.
That's right.
Why?
That's right. Why? At 2 a.m, I'll do that for you. And yet you're scamming people out of money. You're ordering food you can't afford because you're paying with someone else's card. And yet we can't say no to you.
It's so
we can't
strange.
call the police and say, oh my gosh, we know that this person is scamming someone else right now because it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It is.
Because people are terrible.
People are terrible. They use fake credit cards.
Yes.
They make obscure demands.
I'll tell
and
you
then
something.
threaten to leave bad Yelp reviews and threaten your job.
That's right.
It's like, let me speak to the manager. Why?
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 Oh,
You wanted food. I brought you food.
because
Why?
you don't want to split your cards 4 ways. You have to split it 6 ways. Oh, but my job's on the line. Like it doesn't make sense. People have gotten wild. What time does the kitchen close?
What time does the kitchen close?
What time do you close?
What a what a weird thing to ask. And not like, what time do you go home tonight? What time does the restaurant close? It's like, how late can we order food and then not consider the restaurant also closed? What other businesses can you walk into and be like, well, you have to stay open because I'm in the door now?
Maybe a pool.
A pool?
A pool.
What do you mean?
Like a pool that people can swim in.
A swimming pool.
A swimming pool.
You think you can just stay there after hours?
I think you can just stay in the pool and swim around, and if they can't catch you,
Oh
then
yeah, they
you
have
can
to catch
keep
you.
swimming.
They have to, yeah, get back here.
Yeah.
They like dive in. It's like trying to catch a greased pig. They're like diving at you, grabbing your ankles, and you keep swimming away.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you gonna do? Close?
Close?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in here.
What time do the
Whoa.
showers close?
Yeah, right.
No, the whole pool closes
whole
at
pool.
once.
That's right.
You know, it's not like we close in sections. All the pool is closed. But if you don't have a closing time, then like everybody's arbitrarily just there a random amount of time.
My favorite is when people think they know what they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
So we had a pre-shift meeting, and one of the managers was talking about a review, and the review said, now I know that folding napkins is a late night thing. It's what you do after your shift. And I saw someone folding napkins during service.
During service?
During service.
How dare they?
And
Folding
I just
a
don't
napkin
think,
while I'm sitting here eating, needing a folded napkin?
I was like, what? I was so mad because
Yeah.
I'm like, how dare you come into our house and tell us how to do our work? You're complaining about someone doing their work at work that isn't your establishment, but yet you're like, stop doing work because I want to complain about
Stop
you.
working.
Stop
Yeah.
working.
I went to a friend's house for dinner the other night, and they had the gall to like keep going in the kitchen and checking the oven.
No.
And I was like, I'm a guest in your home.
I'm talking.
Stop walking away from me and going into the kitchen and checking on the food you're making for me.
I just feel like you're ignoring me.
I've thrown dinner parties before, and I know what you're supposed to do is entertain your guests.
Yeah.
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 Not keep disappearing and setting the table.
But here's the thing. Because the restaurant is designed in that way, then we seat them. But then you have your managers and you have the kitchen literally pushing them out because they want to go home.
Right. The kitchen is like throwing knives.
Oh my
They're like
gosh.
throwing tomatoes against the wall. They're
Yeah.
screaming at the servers. How can you take this order right now?
We got another one.
It takes 20 minutes
Yeah.
to make that dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's stay open.
Oh, yeah.
You guys could go home at 3 a.m, right?
Right.
You're walking into a restaurant at 12:30 at night? Clearly you must be sober and of good mind.
Right. Exactly.
You're clearly a good person. Come.
Yeah.
Come into my threshold.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
into our establishment that's been running all day.
All
We're
night.
past closing time.
Yeah.
No, it's like a vampire.
Say what?
Well, vampires can't come in unless they're invited in.
Oh, no.
Right?
They can
And
never make a reservation.
And these drunk Slavic people in the middle of the night, they
Yeah.
can't come in unless you say, "Oh yeah, come in."
oh, yeah, welcome.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Be welcome here. Come in of your own free will.
Yeah.
Why? These vampires of the night, why are we letting them in?
They have power over us.
They've seduced us.
They seduce us.
Yeah, with their obtuse demands and their
Yeah.
complaining to the management. And what if they leave a Yelp review?
Yeah, exactly.
Dance, my puppets.
Yeah.
Dance to my whims. Flock to me, my subservient minions. Now, just one quick question.
Yeah.
What time does the kitchen close?
Now. Get out.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Matt Labatka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Hold on, wait a minute. Well, what time does the kitchen close?
We did it. We've conquered another one of life's little annoyances. But the truth is, what I really hate is commercials. And I'll wager you do too. And that's why Grumble Goat is proudly commercial-free. But to keep it that way, it takes the support of fellow grumblers like you. If you hate commercials, head on over to our Patreon page and see if becoming a Grumble Kid is right for you. And as always, don't forget to Grumble Goat responsibly and share with a friend.
Grumble, 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 grumble. Pa, 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 pa.